You've already made your decision on the length of your necklace, and here it is. The bracelet's here. You can do a flex pay on this as well. $9.98, by far the most limited in the rose gold. When you see the white metal, that is 925. All of them are foundation of 925 sterling silver, and then yellow gold, rose gold, but in the white option there, that's platinum.
Which is like the creme de la creme when you think about it, of beautiful precious metals, and it's actually bathed in genuine platinum. Oh, here we go, $39.90. We have two lengths in the bracelet, a 7 1/4 inch, or we have it available for you in the 8 inch. And this is what Mimosa was wearing earlier when we were showing the new polished band ring, and she had that yellow, that simple little Figaro 3-in-1. I said, it looks just so rich looking and smart. And I love the rose back with the amethyst. There's something about that rose gold with the depth of the purple.
You know what, it works beautifully back with the amethyst, because you know, in the quality of the amethyst in that ring is you got that almost crimson that comes through in the gem, like the real depth of it. But you've got the rose gold that works there. And I want to make sure I make it clear. When the rose gold, it's deepening in color, that's not a deterrent. In fact, it's a major bonus. It's quite unusual. What they have is there's a little bit more copper content to the gold itself. So that's why it deepens in color. They have all the same gold content, and I'm referring to, let's say you have 14 karat yellow gold, rose gold, side by side, same gold content. There's just a little bit more copper in the rose gold, and so it will deepen in color. It's like a fine wine, just deepens in color over the years. And I know for a fact, I have that signet ring my parents gave me, and one thing is there's been a very slight change to the color. But you've got, at the moment, the 30 inch of the necklace, the 20 inch of the necklace, or the bracelet, available in rose gold, yellow gold, or in the platinum.
And that's a great, that right there, the Figaro 3-in-1, that close up, that's a wonderful description of what a Figaro really is. It's a larger oval link connected by 3 smaller oval links. What does that do? It gives you the strength, the wearability, the durability, kind of almost like that of a mariner link, kind of the knotting of the boats in the nautical world. This is the securest, this is the strongest of how you would do an infinity knot, like we're showing you in the Figaro. Has the flexibility, I could wrap it right around my finger, and it also has a good surface in the width, so that's what's reflecting the light. So kind of going back to the necklace that I just put on earlier, see, it doesn't matter which way you move, it's just has a dimensional look to it, has a strong presence around the neck, the same thing around the wrist here in the bracelet, and then you have your strong, there's your lobster claw clasp. It's going to be stamped .925, stamped Turkey, which also one of the absolute leaders in manipulation of chains in the world. So, I mean, we go to the best of the best, just like we would in 18 karat if we were doing this in platinum, solid all the way through, or in rose gold. They are the same manufacturers, the same craftsmen creating these pieces for you. Alrighty, so update now, 7 minutes to the top of the hour, which means if you have any item numbers that you've jotted down throughout our afternoon together that you've been shopping with Jeff and I, and you have your heart set on FlexPay, the 4 FlexPays all expires in 6 minutes from right now, including on this bracelet, including on this necklace, including on, you know, our showstopper, if there's any of those still remaining, or anything that we have shared with you so far in the show.
Well, I was actually just thinking about that. In the 3 hours, we've had many variations within the links of the bracelet. We start off with that diamond cut wheat link in the first hour. We had the showstopper in the Byzantine. Now we've just gone through that other Figaro that we've just seen there. We're now going to move from this